Well, hello everyone. This is Robin Carter and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And today I'm here to share my unboxing of the November 2023 paper pumpkin kit named Warm Wishes. Now my mailman was running late today. I did see it was out for delivery and it just came. It's just a little before 8 my time here in Texas, but I wanted to take a break from decorating our trees. We like to decorate before we leave for the holidays, and I thought I would take a break and do this unboxing for you. So the only thing I have done is taken off the wrapper that has my mailing label on it, and we're going to use that in a minute. And before we begin, let me thank those of you who have subscribed to my channel. Thank you so much for your subscription. And if you're new to my channel, or maybe you've watched a few but have yet to subscribe, I would be so grateful for your hitting the subscribe button below. So let's get down to the video at hand. So it's a nice pretty box. I guess you can see that. It said it would coordinate with last month's kit. And if you missed the alternates I made with that month's kit, I made, was it 32 cards? Something like that. Maybe 36. I don't have the number right offhand. I have videos of how I made each one of those, and you can check that out on my YouTube channel. Okay, so for this kit, we get a nice Mossy Meadow ink spot, and then this stamp set, and I think it's very, very cute. We get a door with a wreath and little trees, and those trees look just like our stamps from last month, so that's kind of cute. We have a 'Tis the Season. This is a little dog with a scarf. With love. Turn this slowly to not make you dizzy. Special delivery and warm wishes from our home to yours, and that would be a great sentiment even on last month's cards. And then a nice little present here. So my favorite thing about the paper pumpkin are the exclusive stamp sets that we receive, and I keep these. And if you are a paper pumpkin subscriber of mine, let me see if I can find last month's real quick. I should have pulled that before we got started. Anyway, if you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin through me as your demonstrator, you will receive a little special envelope that you can store your stamps in. And I also provide a 1-inch square of the coordinating cardstock. This is Night of Navy, and I do that so that I recommend you store your ink spots upside down. That way your ink is always on the top of the pad, much like our full-size pad. So that way you can see when it's upside down what color is there. So anyway, that's just a little perk I give to my subscribers. Alright, so now we have, looks like some Daffodil Delight tissue paper. Now I'm just going to do a big flip. This is my favorite way to get it out. So I'll do it a little to the side. You can see the back of the box. Alright, I'm going to get rid of the box for now. And one thing I say I got rid of the box. I generally gift cards in the paper pumpkin boxes because I like to store all my paper pumpkin components in these 7 by almost 10 envelopes. And if you've seen my channel before, you know these are what I call my favorite things. And my favorite things are items that Stampin' Up! Does not carry, that I like to add to my craft room for organizing my supplies. So when I see these things, I'll call them my favorite things. And all the items of where you can purchase these are in the description box of this video, so you can check that out. And by the way, I am an Amazon affiliate, so when you click those links, they are safe links direct from Amazon. I receive a few pennies at no cost to you for using those links through me, and I appreciate, excuse me, I just covered up the mic. I would appreciate if you use those links purchasing these items. Helps support me keeping these videos for you. Alright, so here's our contents, and when you flip it over, there's the directions. So let me get some scissors. I have a bunch of scissors at my desk. I just grab whichever one I get to first. I do have the paper snips, which they would have had a nice tip to cut into that. So I generally just start tearing open the thing. Oh, and we'll do this in a second. I forgot to test the stamp set. So one thing I always recommend, whether you're going to do this paper pumpkin now or maybe you don't have time because it's very busy season. You think I might do this next year? Go ahead and test your stamps to make sure you get a clean image with your stamps, and we're going to do that in a minute. So let me get to that. So I generally just take my label, the mailing label. Now granted, it's not the smooth stamping paper that we use for stamping, but it'll at least show if our stamps are etched correctly. So you can use the Mossy Meadow, or if you have another ink at hand. Since I haven't opened that one, let me grab a full-size pad. I'm trying to get used to wearing this clip-on mic, and I keep, I don't know, touching it, so I hope it doesn't mess you up too much. So this is just gray granite, and I just grabbed it as a full-size pad. So as you saw, I just took off the flimsy side, and I leave the stamps right on the thicker acetate. And then I did put down a, I do have the foam mat, but these are the little foam things. If you buy the storage container for your blocks, it's what you would take out to put your blocks in that space. And I find it works as a nice Stampin' Pierce mat too. Okay, let's see if I inked it up well. Okay, let's just test the present. So see how the present didn't get a full impression. I want to make sure my present stamp is good. I probably just didn't go all the way to the edge. But I have had some, I think one or two, where my stamps were not correctly. And Stampin' Up! Will only guarantee your stamps for 90 days. So you need to test them out. That way, in case you got a defective one, they would resend you out another stamp set. So as you can see, my present is now good. I can read, sorry, I should have done it on one side so I could redo it on the other. I can read all the messages, and as you can see, it is great. You need to use a smooth white cardstock like our basic white to get a nice clean impression from your stamp sets. So there's our stamp. Now I don't have my chamois wet, so I'm going to use my Stampin' Scrub. Now I do love the Stampin' Scrub. I love the chamois too, but the Stampin' Scrub is nice to have when your chamois is all hard. So this is the Stampin' Scrub, and then I love the Stampin' Mist. It smells good, and on your Stampin' Scrub you'll have a little drops, and that shows your wet side. So I just put just like 1 or 2 squirts of the scrub. I also then dilute it a little with water. And the good thing about using the Stampin' Mist is it'll also condition your stamps. So it's good even on photopolymer stamps. You can use the scrub, chamois while you're working. But before you go to put them up, if you know you're not going to use them for a while, it's good to give them a good clean with the Stampin' Mist. That way it conditions your stamps as well. Alright, so I've cleaned that. I'm going to put this acetate back over it, and then I'm going to store it in. I also love, get one that's empty. Well, that still has last month's stuff. I'll combine that with the other envelope. Okay, I also love these 5x7 ones because they hold your smaller components. So I'll put this in here until I'm able to get the PDF where that's how I make my little insert pictures. And let's get back to the contents. Alright, sorry I forgot to do the stamps at the first. So we did that. We have some dimensionals, not quite as large as a sheet as we got last month. Some more tear and tape, so that's always nice to have, as well as some linen thread. And then we have big houses. So we knew that this was going to create gift packages, but let me show you, there was also an add-on. So that if you wanted to turn the components of this with as a card, there were add-ons. Now this is the full size of the add-on card, and I apologize, I don't have the number. My craft room was a disaster as I was grabbing stuff for my vendor booth, But anyway, I will put the item number for this add-on in the description box below. But it includes 20 cards and envelopes. So they are large cards. You can see here on my grid paper, they're 7 inches tall by 10. So you could fold it in half and it'd be a 5 by 7. But I'm probably not going to fold mine. As you can see here, I've already cut one in half. And that way you can get 2 cards out of 1 card base. Now, you still will only have 20 of these beautiful envelopes, and they're plain on the inside. You could also cut these up for DSP, but I think they're pretty to use as your envelopes. So I'm going to store these back in here so I don't lose them. And I do like, because I was trying to think how I was going to use the little house stamp with these trees, and it just was too small. But look at this house. It looks like more of a perfect size. Oh, and look, we get 2. So isn't that nice? So I'm thinking of alternates already for cards or tags. You can make these into tags. And look, that house is a much better size for this card. So I like that. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. And then look at this pretty house. It's similar to the houses we received with our last kit, and I hope it's double-sided. And it kind of, well, it is. You just would cut off that extra roof, and you can get 2 houses from that. So, again, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I know this week is Thanksgiving, and I'm going to be out of town, and I'm not sure when I'm going to get to the alternates. But just stay tuned, because when I do come up with alternates, I will post those. So like I said, if you subscribe to my channel, I think you get a notification of when I post a new one. Then we have some nice stickers. Those would be nice even just to seal, to put when you seal the envelope. I'm not sure what they used it for. We'll look at the instructions in a second. And then we have these nice little tags. This is a flag type end. You just punch one out, and a circle with a hole in it for the tag. Now I need to put these in one of my envelopes or they go missing. I'll just stick it in here. Okay. Alright, and then, oh look, little wreath die cuts. Now these I'm going to have to put in there for sure. So here I'll show you against the cardboard. So those are cute, and look, I think they're meant to go in the window. There's so many. I think they are. So that's cute. I guess that's what the dimensionals were for. Let me put these in here as well. Okay, and now let's look at the instructions as it is. This is generally the only time I look at the instructions is during the unboxing. So we do have these nice acetate bags that make nice gift giving, whether it's homemade goodies or store-bought candies or goods. Those are nice, and they are gusseted. I'll just take one. So as you can see here, you can open it wide. Can you see that? What do I need to, maybe I'll do it there with the cardboard. See, it opens wide. The bottom is solid, but it does gusset at the side, so it doesn't look like it gussets on the bottom. So my friend who makes homemade cookies, these would be great to use to give me some homemade cookies. She makes the best sugar cookies. Anyway, this cardboard, I generally keep it, especially if I do shipping and stuff and I need something solid. That's what I use this for. It's also a good test for your stamps if you don't like doing it on the label. Alright, so I think that's all our goods. Let's see, do I have anything else to share? Oh, I do. The retirement list for the catalog is going live early December. So I don't have that exact date. I'll try to put that either on my blog post or in this description. But probably on my blog post when it day before it goes live. Anyway, some items are discounted. It does say up to 60%, but there's only one item at 60%. But still, there's some great things that are going to be retiring. Some things will be staying, but some will not be bundles anymore. So if there's been something on your list that you haven't purchased yet and it's staying around, just the retirement list gets a little confusing because it says it's retiring, but then there's like 3 little asterisks beside it. And then if you look in the fine print at the bottom of the list, it says this item is just no longer available as a bundle with a savings of 10%. So grab those up if they've been on your list so you can get that extra 10% savings. And by the way, I forgot to share, this is my November host code. So if you do not have a demonstrator, I would love to be yours. And you can use this host code with purchasing any items. And when your merchandise total is $75 or more, you will receive a special gift from me. Oh, there I go, touching the mic again. Anyway, $75 of merchandise using this host code, you will get a special gift from me. So thanks for joining me, everyone. I'm going to organize all these before I go back to decorating my trees. So just so you can get to know me a little better, I am a Hallmark ornament collector. So when I say decorate the trees, it is plural. And so I cover them all with Hallmark ornaments. I've been a collector, goodness, since like 1990. So I have quite the quantity of ornaments to go put on trees. So thanks for joining me today, everyone. Have a good evening. And again, have a very happy Thanksgiving with your family and or friends. And be thankful for all that we have here. So until my next video, thanks for joining me. We'll see you on my next video. Bye-bye.